All right. This is part 2 of me looking at a Demogorgon deck that I made. Um, you can probably watch the first one. You don't really need to because I was kind of just blabbering on for a while, just talking mostly nonsense. So you can kind of skip that first one and I'll leave the ability up here for a second so you can pause and read it. Yep. So Demogorgon, um, pretty offensive. You have quite a lot of 5s and even some 6s and stuff. Some of your defense cards are really good, but you don't have that many. Draw card's pretty good, but basically Demogorgon kind of just goes in and attacks and runs away, and goes in and attacks and kind of like that. Demogorgon can be pretty annoying, especially in a 1v1, but in a 2v2, it can be pretty fun. But Demogorgon can be a tank. Demogorgon used to have 18 health, but we lowered that all the way down to 15. Also, Demogorgon might be 3 move. I really should have checked that. Anyways, I only have 10 minutes for each of these episodes, so the first card, 0 defense value, immediately predict who. Oh, this is a fun card. So you immediately predict who's going to win the combat. During combat, blind boost this card twice. After combat, if you guessed right, keep one of the discarded cards, and your opponent chooses. If you guessed right, keep one of the discarded cards, and your opponent discards one. If you were wrong, reveal your hand. This is a really fun card to me. I normally always play on defense just because Demogorgon's not good in defense. So it's just 2 extra defense cards, and Demogorgon's really covered in offense. So I use this on defense, and it's a lot of fun. If they play like a 3, like a combo card or a 3 value combo card or something like that, and then you just predict you're going to win, and then they discard a card, and you keep one of the blind boost. It's really good. But if you were wrong, that can be pretty bad, especially for Demogorgon when you have no defense. And they're like, oh, hey, yes, I'm going to go play larger than life. Oh, I forgot a period. Okay, the next card. Creep Closer. I really like the art I found on this one. Also, sorry, I did not make any of this art. Sorry. No, sorry. I say sorry too much. I just found all this art on Google, just typed it in, or just copied the image link. So just to clarify, I don't want to take credit. I think it's pretty clear I didn't make this art, but just putting out there, I guess. So this card, it can be played at ranged. Move adjacent, so it's 3 value. Move adjacent to the opposing fighter. If you're already adjacent, this card's value is 5 instead during combat. This card's really fun, but sometimes it is boost fodder. It is a 5, but Demogorgon has a lot of cards where he can attack and then kite, like move away. Don't know what kiting is. It's kind of like, it's some official term in some martial arts thing, I think, but it's basically you attack and move away. You kind of keep your distance a bit. So like an attack card with a movement effect. So you can maneuver, attack, and then back away. So they have to maneuver and attack on their turn, so they can't double attack you in a turn. This card, you do want some defense in your hand for this, or just like a particular defense card that has some movement effect or something. But it's still a 5, so you know. Then this card, that's upside down text. It's upside down. Ooh, no. I just don't want it to be confusing. Also, these boost values are good. You can look, there are quite a few 3s. Maybe Demogorgon might. I think Demogorgon is 2 movement. Anyways, 4 value, versatile, so good on defense. During combat, if you moved through the upside down this turn, this card's value is 6 instead. If you won the combat, move 1 space or draw 1 card. So this is like his big, like, scary 6 value attack, or it could be a 4 defense, because moved through the upside down. So you have to have moved, like, through a tile in the upside down. Not just moved into the upside down, you have to move through it. So then you're probably going to move 1 space, not draw a card, because I don't know. So yeah, this is kind of his scary, like, strong card, but um, not actually typically played on defense that much, just because it's a 6 attack. It's very predictable. Um, it's like telegraphed when you're gonna play it. So a lot of times you use the gateway to activate this card. But if they, faint, then they're still taking 2. You're probably pretty happy. They're then they Otherwise they're going to defend with a 3 or a 4 probably. So you know you're pretty much always happy when you play this, as long as you win, as long as they don't play bewilderment or something. The Flea. So this is a reference to one scene where they're talking about how the Upside Down works, the gateway, and everything in Stranger Things show. So that's just a little reference. Another 4 value defense. This one is more played on defense than this one is. Yeah. Immediately move the opposing fighter to any space in the Upside Down and move yourself adjacent to them. After combat, if the opposing fighter is still in the Upside Down, you may gain action or make them discard a card. So this can be very good. You move them to the Upside Down. You can place them on a gateway if you want, and then you can combo as long as they didn't have some during combat or immediately move effect, or if you're playing this on offense, then I guess also because their after combo would go first, so they just can't have a movement effect. But you could gain an action with a 4 value, so that can be really good. Or you play this on defense, you can make them discard a card and defend 4, so it's very versatile. It's a very good card. It is a 2 copy. Also, you will see these cards are like what I call kind of his key cards, because you'll see down here he has a lot of 1 copies, and I personally really don't like 1 copies. Like if you look at Sinbad's deck, he has a random 1 copy Companion Pack, which I don't like, because that's kind of, you might not draw it in a game, but if you do, it's just so much better. So I personally don't like 1 copy cards unless they have something, like also in Sinbad's deck, that you have, like, I believe 7 Voyages, which are 1 copies, but they all are kind of like having like a 7 copy in a way. So that's kind of a 1 copy I like. Demogorgon, these are all of like his key cards you're going to get a lot, like all of these. And then these down here you'll see in a second are a lot of 1 copies. So Demogorgon can be very unpredictable. He can be very catch you off guard. But as long as you're like pressuring Demogorgon enough and can like move around the board a lot, so like Sinbad would be really good. And yeah, but normally when we play Demogorgon, arch fighters are not so much to fight normal Unmatched fighters. They're more to fight the other fighters we made, because it's our own meta, as I talked about before. So the strength is different. Also, Armada can be a bit more offensive. It's quite a bit different than normal Unmatched. This card, the Upside Down, more Upside Down text. All 3 of those. 0 value attack during combat. If you move this turn, your opponent discards 1 card. Add its boost value to this card's value. You may take 1 damage to add its boost once more. Just a good card all around. That's It's just a pretty good card. Also, the boosts. Yes, the boosts are very good. You might boost with that. I don't know if you would, but you could. 1 damage for Demogorgon is quite a bit. He is pretty fragile while also kind of being a tank at the same time, just because they don't get many chances to hit you all the time, and they don't really get chances to combo you that much, like Bruce Lee. But like a 5 could do a lot. Although, as you've seen, these cards are really good. Those are like his best defenses, I think. Risk and retreat during combat. If you or the opponent are in the Upside Down, heal 1. Um, that should say. There are a few things like that. I just changed to recover 1 health, because in the official Unmatched decks, they don't say heal 1, they say recover 1 health. They have certain things like that, so it's consistent, so I just do that too. After combat. Oh, I have 3 seconds, so